Welcome to another video on my robotic arm with pneumatic hand. The arm is completely built with fischertechnik, with a few exceptions. That this clearly isn't fischertechnik control weight. That one looks like fischertechnik, except like this one, and on the other side one. There are power motors, like this one down here. This is fischertechnik, but this one and that one have a very strong torque, power, and that is outside the reach of fischertechnik selling them. Apart from that, it has two controllers, and the second controller is because I have too many devices attached for one controller. So this one controls everything except this motor and this switch. This one. Everything is written in Python, controlled by Python, and where Python is running on a computer, connected by USB. A power division, so and I now notice that the power isn't connected. No big deal. I can connect it in an instant. And then both are powered at the same time. And this is the compression engine for the hand fingers. Then a pivot motor to turn the base of the arm around. Another pivot motor for the wrist, which currently doesn't work too well. Same construction for lifting the hand. And same construction for moving the hand in a yaw movement like this, except that this works better than this one. For some reason this seems to be a lighter movement than the other movement. So whether that is because of this wire or something else, I yet have to find out. This is a pitch movement, which makes the arm go like this. And then this is only the pitch of the hand, which I don't know if that is actually, scientifically speaking, a pitch. Then, what's the current status? Well, after fixing this one and fixing the wire, which is bit eerie here because of the close proximity of this whole stuff, and I can't move this because it is very carefully determined, and the lengths of these axles are fixed, so I can't move it anything forward unless I move that forward, and that is going to be would be a nice idea, be it not that this is also kind of fixed, but that's an idea to do. Then something that doesn't work nicely is right here. This has to be a bigger plate. This is a bit too flexible, so there are things to do. Apart from this introduction, let's go to some software, because I want to test things. Alright, and now you can see on screen, I have on screen video which just drops to 3 frames per second, which is extremely slow. Then diagnostics interface to test things. Yeah, well, this is updates and starting the command to start the algorithm, and then this is the algorithm with addressing two interfaces and making sure that the left board, etc., all different repeatable stuff. If you're interested in all this, please view previous videos on this. Then the drying of the hands, all pneumatic. This is lower gears for the pitch working, and this is the rest for yaw and roll interchangeably. Does it all work? That is a very good question. I am not quite sure. So, with all this going on, let me move it like this and then see how it all turns out. And keep in mind, you can't actually see where it is going on, and you should see the pitch somewhere here. Anyway, this may be a bit better view. Anyway, let's go. Now you see the yaw of the arm, or at the same time the compression starts to go. The switch right here is being pressed, which you can't even see. By the frames per second, it's not very bright, very nice view. And one other thing is that the lift of the arm is progressing very slowly. It's being released right now. Or is it? Yeah, it is being released. And the pitch is working, but the big question is, why does the compression stop? The compression doesn't stop at all. Okay, I have to stop the software because of a few things. First of all, and I hope that the camera shows things nicely. First of all, here you can see, no, you can't see, the hand pitch keeps releasing. This cord is way out of tension, and the program is set as such that as soon as this switch is no longer touched, that it should pull. That is not happening. Why? Also, why does the compression suddenly stop? So that is something I have to check. Alright, so there are two things going very wrong. First of all, right here, there's no tension anymore, but this should reverse when this switch is being released, as is now the case. So when looking at the software, right here, if not T2 digital 1. Well, this is T2, digital 1 is this one, and it says 0. So it's not. It should reverse. So why doesn't it? And the point is that when it here says it's not, why doesn't it respond? One other thing is, how does the diagnosis respond? Let's see. Now when okay, this is the correct one. Let's do a thing. So let me do it by hand. And that should be the other way. And the problem here is now that it will take some time before this hits the switch, if it does. And go slowly. But surely. Then already here the plate is too high for the switch to get, so let me move this switch up, and even that is not enough. And the problem is, if that is a problem, yeah, I need to lift it, and I shouldn't have to. So now it will be pressed upon. Actually, I should move the switch down again. And right now, as you can see, right here, yeah, now it's pressed. Now it's pressed. But I had to intervene. So I have to reconstruct that somehow. The question is, how do I reconstruct that? Is it far enough? When does it respond? So now the code again. How does that work out? I have to, of course, close the interface, run it, and then see how things work out. And then I have to go to the camera. So, go. T digital 2 says yes. And you can see by the shading that this stays in place. That is good. The only problem is I have to stop it. Why do I have to stop it? Because here it is still pulling instead of releasing, and it should be releasing. And here it says 1. Up to 1 it should release. So something isn't quite right. And let me state 1 here and going up. Yeah, this says 1. That's good. Where do I see 1? Here. Your status is 0. So why doesn't it release? Alright, once again, what does it do? And looking at the camera at the same time. Go. Alright, now the motor isn't even moving and it is still pulling. It is still pulling. Why? I need to find out in the algorithm, because this is all wrong. Alright, one thing that I can do is change this sleeping time into 1. Then I have to change this one as well. Will that help? I have no idea. The only thing I can do is test again. So, interface. It should immediately start releasing because it is now active. But will it? So, let's see whatever happens. Motor doesn't respond yet, and now it does release. This one is now coming forward, so yes, it is releasing. What does T-Digital 2 say? 0. It is not even recognized anymore, but that is way too close, way too fast. It should be further down, so I have to change this a bit, but apart from that, screen it says it is 0. So how does that make it? This is just cosmetical. But you never know. And go again. It is 0, so it should pull, and by now, yeah, it should pull again, but it's not pulling, it's still releasing. Alright, there's time, because there are many more than one sensor. And because it's releasing, this goes wrong as well. The plate is leaving the sensor. Now it's gone, almost. Another thing is still that the pitch is influencing the large pitch, the arm pitch. So I have to change that as well. But this is really a concern, that this pitch is still releasing while it from here should pull. That's not good. No. Ctrl C. So that's not good. Why is that happening? How can I improve the algorithm that it does do that? Because it is clearly signaling it, but what is right, what is wrong? What is right, what is left? So if I take T2, go here. Alright. Camera. Then I want to be right. Right is releasing. Wait. Or is that right? Was that left? And then this. Wait. This is releasing. This is pulling. So which is actually not the digital one, which it is clearly now. Then right, okay, let me check it in another way. So I'm going to run it, then right. I have to cancel this one. Yep. Run. And then what happens? It says T2 digital is T2 digital is 1 and it is pulling. One is pulling and which side is it? Once again, holding it, that is to the right to my feeling. So what is right to the diagnosis? What is right to the diagnosis? Okay, left is going to right, and this is pulling, and then it is going to the right. And if it is 0, it has to go to the right. So that is correct. So then why is it not acting like it? So I have two big questions. First, what I didn't pay attention to is why does the compression engine stop, and why is this being ignored? Well, not really ignored by the diagnostics, not ignored by the input, but ignored by the algorithm. That's a strange thing. Apart from that, this is correct. Let me put the camera a bit closer. So this is working nicely, although it should be put a bit forward to avoid this collision. So if I change this a bit, and I have to be careful with it, and then move this, which has to be done very carefully. Yes. So now the contacts are more or less clear from this framework, more or less clear. Can it be different? Yes, I can reverse this notch. I can reverse this, whatever you call it. Anyway, I'll start the program once more. That's a wiring error. Right here, I touch the wire and it works. So no problem. And then I have to move the camera backwards to leave the arm in freedom. And this is still being released and it should be pulling. So when I press, it should reverse the direction. But is it? Yes, now I held it for a few seconds and it started to release. But now it started to pull and now it is releasing again. So that is not correct. Something is odd. Anyway, that's all for next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment or suggestion. Too bad for the very few frames per second during the screencast. It's an old laptop. Anyway, you can also follow me via Instagram and Twitter, and please donate to show your support. You can donate via either PayPal or Wired, and you can also become a patron, and depending on the pledge may have your name mentioned on my website and also with my videos. This is obviously going to be continued. For now, have a nice day and bye bye.